Hey guys, I'm being artsy. I wanted to show you that here in my new house, it's not really new, it's 130 years old. For whatever reason, I bought most of the furniture from the people before me because they have really good taste and thus great furniture. But there's this vanity, and if you can see, it is, I'll just show you. It's right in front of the throne. So every day, the dogs and I, wait, can you see it, Louise? We get to spend time, like anytime I have to use the loo, we just get to spend some time looking in the mirror. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna flip this around now. That's much better, much easier. But I think maybe I'll just keep broadcasting from toilet. Why not? Let's see, how is that? Yeah, it's a black bathroom. See, rock and rollers lived here. Well, I'm a rock and roller, so. Speaking of which, I got this shirt on. Couple reasons. One, I'm so ironic, and the 4th of July is coming up. And some woman put a plastic flag on my lawn yesterday. I don't have time to revisit that. There's a Facebook post. Anyway, the other reason I'm wearing this shirt is because, I'm a hardcore Anglophile, which I know is really ironic because I bitch all the time about, like, stupid white man tricks. Give me that, Louise. No, Louise. And come on, England, stupid white man tricks. Wasn't it, Winston Churchill once wished that Gandhi would be trampled to death by an elephant. But then there are rumors that Gandhi beat his wife, so I'm going down my anti-man trail. Sorry, we're back, and we're back. So, I had a request. I don't get many requests. How about some more requests? You can put them in the comments. How to braid one's hair. I am going to show that briefly at the end of this video. So if you're impatient, you can scroll to the end, or if you want, you can just stick around, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my hair. I was born in 1964. I'm just kidding. We're not going to go back that far. Although I did have this jet black mop of hair, just like my son also had that. So anyways, I had hair like ponytails and braids forever and ever. And except for when my father got it into his head that it was time for everyone to have a haircut, which meant we would line up and he would cut our hair. Bowl style. But let's see, I don't know when in 8th grade, I tried a perm. I know. Which reminds me, oh my gosh, fast forward. In 1986, I wonder if I've already told this story. I had this fucking horrific boyfriend. I know every story includes that. And he just desperately wanted me to perm my hair. And I was like suspicious. I was like, oh, well, your other girlfriend had curly hair. That's why you want, whatever. Well, I didn't want to get a perm. If I recall correctly, I allowed him to give me the perm, which was like a doubly bad idea. And then shortly thereafter, he rented this massive camera equipment so that he could videotape us having sex. And I love to say that if that video is out there in the world somewhere of me at the age of like 21, getting it on with this fucking loser, I would not be embarrassed about my body. I'd love to see what I looked like when I was 22, but I would be mortified at that perm. It's what do I call that? Home porno. There's some joke in there. But anyway, not long after the that guy wasn't just an asshole, his parents were assholes, doesn't fall far from the tree. And one day I was sitting on the edge of his bed. We were staying with his parents and I had to sleep on the pull-out in the living room. It's broad daylight, I'm just sitting on the edge of his bed, and later his mother chastises him like it's so unholy that I would even be anywhere near his bedroom. And I'm like, bitch, if you could have seen us just getting it on up one side of this room and down the other, for a grainy video, you would die. So hair. Okay. When I was 19, that's when I started shaving my head. I went from like Florence well, not Nightingale. Who is she? Florence, Henderson. Sort of like the Brady Bunch mom, shag, but kind of flat on top. To pretty quickly, I got into having like a high and tight, a marine cut. I got it at barbershops. So I went to Uncle Lou's barbershop in Vero Beach, which is where this asshole guy's asshole parents live. And I asked for a haircut, and I told him what I wanted. I want a flat top, high and tight. Well, he spins the chair around, and not only that, now my knuckles are up against his balls, and it's just all weird and dude in there. It's Florida, it's old people. Florida's a fucked up state, and only when he's almost finished does he spin me back around. And I look in the mirror, and he has shaved my head down, bald, except for there's just this little tuft of permed hair on the front, and I said, "Stop." I look like a Muppet on chemo. I mean, it was bad. And so at the end, he goes, "That'll be $3.99." And I'm like, "Well, it says right here $3.50 for a haircut." He goes, "Well, that's a lady's haircut." So Uncle Loser. And I have to say again, Sinead's memoir Rememberings, it's so beautiful. And she has this scene the first time she gets her head shaved. The guy at the barbershop like nearly has a breakdown. That happened to me more than once. Like, men freaked out about giving me a crew cut. So whatever, hair. Now I want to talk about other hair. So my original plan was to do this video wrapped in a towel, but then I thought we might get a little bit YouTube not safe for work. Look, I'm not going to dwell on this for very long. The more time I spend alone, and I realize this house is my monastery, my doggery, and the more I wake up to the fact at how not awake I was. And I'm not beating myself up, but I'm like, we're so deeply entrenched in misogyny, so deeply entrenched in it, that it's like, here I was, I thought I was fighting it and not doing it, and I've been doing it all along. So one thing, we're going to talk about the leg shaving argument, but we're not going to go this path where half of people comment, well, feminism means you get to do whatever you want to do, shave or not shave. Sure, that's sure, if you want to look at it like that. Or you can say we're trapped in this misogynistic fucking hell, the patriarchy, where we don't actually have choices. We just have two options the patriarchy gives to us, Don't shave your legs, you're a feminazi, or dyke, and whatever. You guys know the argument. And now let's talk about pussy shaving. Okay, stop, you guys. Oh, well, actually, I wanted these guys here for a reason. Come here, Louise. I kind of have this rule about body hair and makeup. It's like, if I wouldn't do it to a dog, I'm not going to do it to myself. And some of this stuff I learned the hard way. But like, say for like getting a hysterectomy, Louise is never going to shave her pussy. And I'm not going to shave it for her. It's just not going to happen. So she won't do it, I won't do it. I already know some of you are going to be like, well, dogs don't get tattoos, you get tattoos. All right, just fuck you and just go with this argument. Let's just stick with hair. I have in the past been involved with men who wanted me to denude myself. And one of them, really Milo, when I did it, then he acted like a friend. He was like, "Oh, I was just joking. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I spent $120 to lie on a table while an angry Russian woman tore every last bit of pussy hair out of my body so that you can make fun of me?" And everybody knows, if you have never seen Sandra Bernhardt's bit about regrowing one's bush, it's worth Google. Now, the last guy, oh my God, he was such a nightmare. He waited till we were involved for a couple weeks. And one day, he's going down on me, and this is like the worst. I mean, Milo in a jar of peanut butter would have been a much better experience. And then finally, he's like blaming it on me. He's like, I don't have enough access. I'll get you a coupon for the Pretty Kitty. The Pretty Kitty, that's a real place. And then, and he's like, oh, I bet you think I'm a pedophile or a porn addict. Well, I know he was a porn addict. I mean, I found out later. I'm not even going to speculate about the pedophile part. So anyways, whatever. I lost my self-esteem in that relationship, as I have in every relationship I've been in. And I like acquiesce. I mean, it's gross. I don't like talking about this. I feel embarrassed talking about it. Not because it's embarrassing to talk about body functions and body hair, but just like, ugh. I let being with these dudes dictate my choices, and then this is the thing I always do. I convince myself, this is just a choice I'm making out of love or blah, blah, blah. And then later, I'm like, oh my God, that felt like manipulation and coercion. And then I think these guys, if they ever wanted to comment back, which they don't because they're on to their next project, would be like, well, which is it? I mean, obviously you're crazy. Did you do it out of love or did you do it out of coercion? You're nuts, you know? My vote is, oh gosh, just like be a separatist. And yet, out of habit, out of culture, out of conditioning, I do once every, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 weeks, I run a little razor over my legs, contributing to the landfill problem. And I can justify it if I want to be like, oh, well, my tattoos are much better when they're all smooth and lotioned up. Whatever, it's bullshit. So I think that's enough ranting. We're at about 12 minutes. Who wants to get in their crate? Oh my gosh, these dogs. All right, so we're gonna do a quick look at that. I am actually wearing pants, or short pants. Look at that. These are my made out of water bottle little yoga pants. They're my little yoga pants. Okay, that's it. Okay, hang on. So, hair braiding. Oh, Milo. Oh, that's my hand. Whoops. Okay, obviously, I'm still an amateur. Now, I thought about this earlier in the day, and I made up some bullshit about how if I unbraid it first, that's kind of like when I run a wedding rehearsal, which thank goodness I don't do anymore. But we start in the place where the wedding's going to be, and then we do the recessional, and then we do the processional. So, that's some bullshit I made up. It sounds pretty good, right? Okay, so this is a braid. It's done. You see it? Long braid. And I wrote a poem in my head today about a long braid. I think I'm going to try to write it down later. Yesterday I wrote a poem in my head about my mom, and I did write that down later. Oh, gosh. I'm just so happy in my monastery alone. Okay, so if you're braiding, and please don't get frustrated, and there are probably YouTube videos that are more clear, but it's my key to everything, whether it's meditation or ceramics or writing or living with puppies. Stop. Everybody get in your crate. It's like, just give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to get frustrated with the puppies. Give yourself permission to like fuck up the braid. You're not fucking it up, but just, All right, so I've got a chunk of hair. And look, in the back, I don't even part it. I'm just like, punk rock makes everything easier. You're punk rock. You don't need to make it perfectly even. So I get 1 chunk, 2 chunk, 3 chunk. And in my experience, you get a tighter braid if you start with this the front one, okay? So now, I know it looks, just keep your finger in between these guys. Somehow work that to the back. Work it to the back, okay? Now, I know it looks tricky, but you can do it. And if you want, practice on someone else's hair first, or practice on yarn or string. And it's just one, it's a weaving. You go under, you bring that one up in the middle, bring that one up in the middle. It does seem kind of hard now that I'm trying to teach it, but because I had really long hair for so many years before I had really short hair, I guess I just learned, and my hands can just do it. So I hope that even if you're not learning, that you're getting into a beautiful hypnotic trance of self-care. I love it. Like my self-care, I know I say this a lot and I sound defensive because I'm really defensive, but like when I name something that's a material, tangible good and I say it brings me happiness, I think that sounds kind of yuck, you know, like, oh, you need money or it's money involved. No, for me, this is like, it's the color, right? So that's self-care. I just get these really brightly colored hair bands, and when I look at them swinging around, they just make me really happy. Gosh, I love color painting a lot. Okay, should I do it on the other side too? This vid's a little bit long. All right, well, if you're tired of it, you can stop now. But for those of you who want to see it on the other side, here we go. Hang on a second. Oh my goodness. I was thinking, like, sometimes I think, oh man, I'm just gonna go shave it. I'm just gonna go chop it off. I'm just gonna make it go away. And then I think, nah, it's fun now. It's fun because now that it's getting all white, it's really coarse and it's getting curly underneath. It's really totally wacky. Okay, here we go. See, look. See, I just pull it in between, pull it in between, pull it in between, pull it in between. Milo, sit down, please, for real. I need you to sit. Sounds like a delivery is here. Okay, well, that's it. All I gotta say is, if you want to be revolutionary, don't shave your pussy, okay? That's it. That's the message for the week. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Bye-bye, y'all.
Hey y'all, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you'll like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this episode, I hope that you'll copy this link, share it with a friend, paint it on a wall, put it on your social media. That'd be great. Thanks a million. Take it easy.